It's Monday night, and ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the curve. Yes. Wonderful. It is your girl, Shannon Deneen, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Melissa Waller. Hey.
Hey, friend. Hey, friend. You already know what type of energy this is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize in advance for the tomfoolery and shenanigans
that may happen tonight.
That may happen on tonight. Oh gosh. Okay, so before we get into the show, I just want to take a moment to send a very special shout out to our sister Tony G. Campbell.
Absolutely.
Tony G. Campbell has decided to take a bit of a break due to some family issues that she has going on. But we wish her all the best. We are so thankful for everything that she has given to the Curve, for all of her hard work and her efforts. We love you, and we're going to make sure that we're always pumping your podcast. Please make sure you follow Tony G. Campbell on her website and all 400 of the sites.
Okay, no, we got to go through it.
Okay, SoundCloud.
Spotify, YouTube,
iTunes. It's like Apple Music.
Anything you can stream from.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
That got me to this hand. I knew I had to get to the other hand. So please, and her website, Tony G. Campbell, and also follow her on Instagram and the Facebook and the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. So
please do.
Shout out to Tony G. Campbell. Thank you so much for literally everything. You are always our sister, and 1000% always welcome back to anytime you want to come co-host and guest host on the show.
Yeah, thank you for reeling us in.
Yeah,
she gives us this balance.
She gives us the balance because, listen, we don't know what's going to happen tonight.
This whole Sag Scorpio thing that's going on.
Do you know? Girl. So, listen, I found out this shirt is doing its own thing tonight.
Listen.
So I apologize in advance, folks, if I flash you one time.
Don't flash the people.
But I found out that I am a Sagittarius moon.
That's what it is.
I'm a Sagittarius moon.
Oh gosh.
Listen, I didn't know.
That's what it is.
I didn't know.
Listen, and I am pure Sag. Sag,
sun and moon.
Ooh,
all of that. Yes, all of that. So that's why.
That's why you love Milan
That's
so much.
why.
You know, Milan is Sun, Sag, Moon, Leo.
Oh, so her emotions right now are probably about to pop off too. These emotions.
That's why she had this whole look at me. We can discuss this whole thing. So today was her first day at a new school. I was a mess. We'll talk about this later on in the show.
Check her Instagram
Lord.
and her Facebook.
I
you will see all day long she was crying.
Oh, Lord.
She got these sappy posts. Now, you know Melissa ain't normally sappy.
Oh, my gosh. I was like, Lord, it's too early to be drinking in the morning. Oh, Jesus. They going to call me the old drunk lady at the school.
They might.
I'm so glad my niece was there.
Yeah.
First of all, let me tell you what she did. She shunned me. I went to take a picture of her in the school. She knows what we do. We take one outside. We get to the school. You take it outside the classroom. We take it with the teacher. She said, no.
She in 4th grade now, ma'am.
Let me tell you something.
It's a whole different ballgame.
I had a lot of choices. But I chose her. I chose to stay with my soul. And you mean to tell me you can't take one? I was so sad, and I turned around, and my niece looked up at me, and she said, Auntie, I'll take a picture with you. I said, that's what I'm talking about, Lord.
Ram in the bush.
Ram in the bush. Because I was through.
Yeah.
And so when I picked her up, she said, well, Mommy, let me tell you something. Here come that Leo. Don't I look good? I look like I need to negotiate some contracts.
Yes, Milan.
Well, if that school gave you that spirit, well, doggone, let's go. Let's go.
You'd have made a good choice.
That's right. Millionaire in the making.
She
said, Mommy, I love it. So that's where I am. But
shout out.
We'll talk to it.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I can't really tell your school because they ain't endorsing us. They're not endorsing us.
Not yet.
But they've been all over the news. For good things.
For good things.
Good things.
Shout out to everybody who's getting ready to go back to school. We will talk a little bit more about that later in the show. If your child is getting ready to head into the school year, we got some hacks for you parents. Because I know, listen, this getting ready for school year. I'm
going to start with one. Turn your phone on. This ain't my turn, your turn. Turn your phone on. Because if I tell one of my teachers to call you and you don't answer the phone, you've been at home with them all year. You know what time it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you turn? Is your ringer on?
Nope.
They got to text you.
They got to text me.
Gosh.
They might email me first. Like
Oh,
sometimes it takes 2 or
gosh.
3 rings.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you know, because I don't particularly expect them to call, but you know, they might. They might.
It happens, people. Don't feel bad, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk.
Yeah,
about it.
we'll
Okay.
get into it.
Come on.
Okay, so it's time to get into the show, people. It is time now for Word on the Street. All right, y'all.
Come on, because
Now,
I'm ready.
Cause
I'm
you
ready.
ready?
I'm
You ready?
ready.
You
I've
got
been
all
waiting
your
on
points.
this.
You've been
Yeah,
waiting
go
on
ahead.
it. You've been
Spill
waiting
it
on
on
it.
out.
Okay.
Spill it on out.
So, in case you have been somewhere under a rock, okay, we're gonna talk about your girl Nicole Murphy. Nicole Murphy, Eddie's ex-wife. Yep, that Nicole.
AKA Tatiana.
AKA Tatiana.
Yeah.
She is out here in these streets yet again, rumbling around, kissing on people's husbands. She was week before last, she was seen, spotted, and pictured with famed director Antoine Fuqua.
Layla Rashawn's husband.
Layla Rashawn's husband,
Yes.
kissing on Nicole twice. Quick kissing on her twice.
No, see, Shannon's being nice about this whole little situation.
What happened?
She was kissing. They were in the swimming pool with minors. Now
Yeah,
they weren't
they
their
doing
children, but there were other people around.
Those are
and
facts.
see, the problem is the lie that came after
Yeah.
that.
So wait, we got to get there. We
Okay,
got to
go
get
ahead,
through the
go
whole
ahead,
story.
go
So
ahead.
what ended up happening is these pictures came out. Antoine says nothing, and Nicole says, "I was just kissing a family friend that I saw him. They were at a film festival." And she said, I saw him and I just gave him a little friendly kiss. Now, I'm assuming when she said that, she did not know the pictures that whomever was approaching her
She's
had.
being nice.
And
She's
she
being
said,
nice.
I just was kissing a little family friend. And we just, you know how you greet a family friend. That's what she said. And, but unfortunately, they got receipts on
So
Miss Nikki.
here's the issue.
What had happened?
The issue is my family is from Flint. Flint, Michigan, and you're making me homesick. The lie behind that, and it's so unfortunate because as beautiful as she is, you know, she's coming out the relationship with Michael Strahan. And the thing about it is, she is 5 children in with Eddie Murphy, 2 grandchildren, and you're spotted out here. Says, okay, then it didn't help what Lisa Ray said. So Lisa Ray got in the comments.
So Lisa Ray is in these comments being messy, and she was like,
Baby.
"Sis, why are you still out here in these streets messing with married men, messing with people's husbands again?" And it was rumored that Nicole Murphy was, when Lisa Ray was married to the Prime Minister of Turks and Caicos. When she was married to him, that Nicole Murphy decided that she wanted to.
She need to make better decisions in her life because she gonna mess around and get cut.
Yeah, she is.
And that's what's unfortunate because she too pretty.
Yeah, she is. So she then came back with another.
Hold on.
With another.
Because you're not telling it all, friend.
Okay. What
she came back and lied and said that Lisa Ray, there was no truth to what Lisa Ray was saying.
Yeah, she did.
That's
say
what
that.
she said.
She did say that.
So what did her sister come through and say?
So the brat, y'all might not know, but Lisa Ray's sister is the brat. The brat. BRAT.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just got out of prison.
So deaf.
Jermaine Dupri.
That brat. And her sister was like, no, you know how y'all got that family member. We all got that family member who come from the background behind people. No, that's not what happened.
Loyalty.
The brat brought the receipts.
Yeah.
And the photos and
on the Ricky Smiley
on the Ricky Smiley show. She was like, I got a platform. What you not gonna do is lie on my sister. So
and name what she had.
Yeah.
We have emails, text messages, photos. We have it all.
Don't do us.
Lisa Ray came back and co-signed and said it's true.
Yeah. So Nicole Murphy then said, came back out with an actual apology and said, "I'm sorry to my family, to my friends, to Layla Rashawn. I did not intend. I have a strict no married men policy."
You a strict no married man lie. Right. Because we all found a lie in it. We found a lie because they have receipts over here. Got a couple of sisters got receipts on it.
What bothered me most about this story, though, is that if you, like me, hop on Twitter when these news stories break.
Them thug thumbs. Just thugging with your thumbs.
I just be out here just got to talk to the people. So if you're out here like me and you hop on Twitter when news like this breaks, it was so disturbing to see the comments being made about Layla Rashawn. Body shaming her. It was dudes on Twitter. First of all, young men on Twitter who are still living with your mama. You do not get to make comments about anybody doing anything in their life who are actually out here doing things and making it happen. You sitting at home tweeting from your mama's couch.
Friend. Hold on, y'all. Mm-hmm. How do you know where these people live?
I'm just saying.
How do you know where
you can tell from the profile pictures.
From the profile pictures? Where are you tweeting from?
You can tell. Oh, my house. The house that I pay a whole mortgage on.
But you can say these people living with their mama.
You can tell when the F boys get on there. You can tell. You can tell when
y'all pray for my friend.
You can tell when it's the way they talk. It's the way they tweet.
Oh gosh.
You can tell when they are sitting at home on their mama's couch. You can tell from the number of tweets they tweeted in a day. You got too much time. You ain't got no whole job because you tweet too much.
That is judgment.
It is.
That is pot. Let me introduce you to kettle.
Facts.
So
I don't have time. Listen, I got time to go in, look, check, see. Oh, you too much.
When do you thug? When you start your thugging?
Random times throughout the day. You catch these Twitter figures anytime during the day.
My gosh.
Lunch break.
Oh my god.
Breakfast, coffee break. I just
y'all
check.
Pray for her.
Listen.
So what happened on Twitter?
Okay, so the F boys were on Twitter, dropping all these memes and horrible pictures about side by side pictures of Layla Rashawn and Nicole Murphy talking about you would have cheated too.
But they're 20 years into this. Yeah, 2 kids.
But here's the other thing. Layla Rashawn has lupus. That's what better or worse is, people. Like when you get married and you're with somebody for better or worse.
And she's beautiful.
And that was my thing. Thick, thin, big, small. Like she's gorgeous. Period. And she's still. It's not like the paparazzi got a horrible shot of her, like maybe coming out the store or doing some regular everyday stuff. And but when she steps out on the red carpet, she's still killing the game.
And she still stayed classy because she really could have did a Kanye on y'all. She really could have went all the way off. Kanye don't play with the paparazzi. At all. Especially when he going through something in his life.
Yeah, he gives all to you. Every bit of it. He gives you Chi-Town's finest.
Let me tell you something. You'll get that camera tore up. Won't take another shot that day.
And don't mess with his kids because Kanye, for whatever is going on with Kanye, what is not missing is his love for those children.
No, he's still a parent.
He's still a parent, and he is still a thug.
Oh,
at the end of the day,
still from the south side.
He's still from the south side, and you catch these hands over those babies.
Oh Lord! So here's the thing. I feel as though Layla's reaction has been the best. Yeah. Because it's none of our business how she's going to deal with this. And people want to say, oh, well, he allegedly has 2 other children outside the marriage.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You don't know how their marriage is set up. You don't know what they've gone through. Because they could have gone to counseling. They could have an open marriage for all we know. We really don't know.
We don't know.
We really don't know.
Not saying. She has said nothing.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Because he might end up, when they don't say nothing, he might end up floating. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah. Because see, here's the thing: when you're mad and screaming and angry and upset, that means you still got some emotional attachment.
Yeah. When you sitting there
and you silent, indifferent, numb, and don't care,
that's a different situation. But here's my thing with Nicole Murphy. Why did you try to come back with I didn't know he was married? Come on, people. Let me tell you something. It's $25 to get in the open records.
Come on now.
To
These
see
public
if these
searches
people
are real.
are married.
Don't
You
take
know
much.
what? Before I even delve into anything, I'm paying that $25. If I really like the person, let me
Yeah.
see if he's still married,
Absolutely.
if he's divorced, does he owe somebody?
Girl, I'll do you one better. A quick search on Facebook, ma'am, would have told you that man is still married.
Very much.
You didn't have to do much. Wikipedia, like there
And
are.
she put it on. He told me, first of all, you was married to Freak of the Week, Eddie Murphy.
You know better. You know better.
To believe him, he told you,
You know
he was
better.
getting a divorce, or he told you he was divorced. Did he show you some papers?
Did you see any? Because if you
I
didn't see any, I didn't see any.
I didn't see any.
Because that would have been my first question. And if you haven't seen any, ma'am, what are you doing?
Because here's the thing. Your actions have now shamed. She has 5 adult children. She has 5 adult children. So you think about the impact. Because again, people are crazy. These people, I'm not going to say that someone at this table is crazy, but I'm just saying that, she got them thugging thumbs. I mean, you have different celebrities defending
And
Layla
she's from
Rashawn. Right.
The
Clench
facts.
these pearls.
Clutch them.
There are so many people that are
know,
emotionally
girl.
involved in this. Like, I don't think that she really made a thorough decision. And the thing about it is, she really hasn't thought this out, because this isn't the first time that she's been involved in an extramarital affair. And we can say allegedly, but it looks like Lisa Ray and Brett have all the receipts
And have confirmed.
and confirmed it. And so they were ready, like, lie again and try to make us
Yeah.
seem like we don't know what we're talking about.
The better question here is, how do you have that conversation with your adult kids? Like, how do you go to your adult kids and they be like, Mom, you out here thotting, what's really good? And what do you say to your grown son or daughter? Like, well, I mean, my lips just kind of, no, Mom, how do you have that conversation with your grown children? How your children, your grandchildren are old enough where someone is going to come up to them and be like, your grandmama is a thought. How do you defend that? How do you defend my grandmama is a thought other than saying,
I am not going to really get involved in this conversation because I had to tell one of my family members, your mama was a hoe. Like, if you want to come to this table and serve me some stuff that you don't know, let me tell you about the ingredients on your soul, how you got here. And my mother was so embarrassed.
She was.
I would never have my mom on this show, because she would be like, let me tell you about Melissa. I said, Mom, I couldn't hold it back. Like, you in denial. You painting this picture for this individual. And I just had to tell him, your mama was a hoe.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good thing, but since she telling you all these lies, I'm going to tell you the truth of the matter. Now, fact check that. And I'm going to tell you who to fact check it with. Okay? I said you can go and look it up in court records. You can go and do all that. And sometimes you have to have those adult conversations. But her kids, think about the harassment the kids are getting.
I bet they are. I'm telling you, like, how do you, when somebody says your mama is Tatiana out here in these streets and they got pictures, they pull it up on their phone and show you a picture of your mama with another man, kissing another dude.
A married man.
There's no defense of that.
A married man, and then you say he's a family friend. I don't know what kind of shit y'all got going on over there. I don't.
What kind of family friendship this is?
I don't know what you're doing, and I ain't judging you.
I'm judging.
But you could have came back with a better one than that.
That was a horrible.
Because then people start asking, well, are they swinging, or what's going on?
Now Layla Rashawn out here looking bad.
No, not just that. Now somebody got to say your mama's a swinger.
Your mama is a swinger.
That mother, when we say mother, and I believe that women should have that liberation, and as far as their sexuality and things that they do, but
Absolutely.
I mean that wasn't appropriate. I would let my publicist say something before I said something.
I wouldn't have said anything if I didn't have a other than I'm sorry. I apologize to Layla Rashawn. That would have been my only.
Yeah, she didn't know they were taking pictures. That's what it was. She didn't know they were taking pictures. She couldn't even pull a Carmelo Anthony because she knew she was wrong. Carmelo got on Instagram, did a live. He never talks on Instagram.
I'm so sorry.
And guess what? He's still getting divorced.
He's still getting these first divorces.
Lala is not playing with him.
Yeah, because remember when we talked about just a second ago, when you're real tired, she is on Instagram. You know what? He's good for somebody else.
Yes. She called him a phenomenal U.S. basketball team member.
Phenomenal U.S. basketball team member.
I mean, giving him praises. I would be scared if I was him.
Yeah.
I would be scared.
Go on about your business is what she's saying.
It made me sad.
Yeah.
Because when it made me sad, I felt like, oh.
She's done.
She's sticking a fork in him.
She is solid.
It's done.
She is good, and I would not be surprised if somebody fell in her DMs and gave her a little push,
baby,
gave her a little extra.
She probably has already been because you know who her hype man is, low key.
Charlemagne the guy. Listen, he been sending people away. I bet he has.
Yeah,
I bet he has.
Yeah,
absolutely. Cause first of all, she's gorgeous. She is beautiful. And
very personable. You know she's from Decatur.
Yeah. Just lovely people. But here's the thing, and another thing that I had to have give somebody the business about on Twitter.
Here we go. Oh Lord, help me.
Listen, Gabrielle Union got cheated on. Halle Berry,
Beyonce.
Being beautiful because they were I struggle with people in this body shaming concept. I don't deal well with people who are body shaming. So, like, it doesn't matter that she's gained weight. It doesn't matter none of that matters because you can be beautiful, you can be balling, you can be making good money, you can be doing all that. You can be cooking and cleaning and, getting it lit in the bedroom. You can be doing all that and still get cheated on.
Because cheating has nothing from a clinical perspective. Cheating has nothing to do with you. It's about the other person and their insecurities. It has nothing to do with you. You can be doing it all right, but if they don't feel good about themselves, then now let me go and get low budget Betty to feel the need and let me feel good, or no standard
Susie.
That's just gonna let me do whatever I want to do because they don't want to be held accountable.
They don't want to be held accountable.
Hopefully, Layla Rashawn has a very strong sister circle.
Yeah.
I mean, from LaTanya Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, Cookie Johnson, LL Cool J's wife. I can't think of her name, but they're all friends. Like, they travel together. So I really hope and pray that her sister circle is just surrounding her and loving on her, just really lifting her up, because this is a tough situation. But I really want her to have one of those friends. Like, I wish she had like Tiana Taylor was her friend.
She needed Tiana Taylor.
She need to set it off.
Yeah, she need to set it.
We all have one.
We do, and we need them. They're good for us. They're good.
This is my set it off friend.
Facts.
This is my set it. Hey, we gonna call him right now. Hold on. I was like this. No, that's not what I want to do. I just wanted to talk. We getting ready to call him right now, and we gonna get him all the way together because he in or he out. I said,
pick a struggle, sir. Pick a struggle. Pick it.
Yeah, so best wishes and prayers to Layla Rashawn, especially her children. I really have an issue. This is what I'm saying. Like, people don't really think about, in the day and age that we're in this place and space where your children, everything is at their fingertips. And they have teenagers. So your daddy is out here wilding and fouling, and they're at a school. What I love so much about my boy Diddy. Diddy, when all that stuff happened with Kim Porter, Diddy shut everybody's phone down and told them, go get them from school. Nobody could use their phones.
Yep.
Because you can't protect your children once it's out there.
Once it's out, it's out.
So much love and wishes to her.
So,
because I'm not gonna say what needs to happen to him, but Godspeed, whatever it is.
May the Lord be with you, sir.
Yeah.
May the Lord be with you.
Baby, seed time and harvest.
Seed time and harvest. Whoo, child.
That was a lot.
Okay, so from the guilt of kissing other women to something we are all very familiar with, mommy guilt. Your girl Cardi B popped on Instagram and in an interview with people.com, I believe, and talked about basically being a working mom and the struggles with that. So Apparently, she was doing a show in Nebraska, and her baby girl Culture was with her sister Hennessy, and apparently Culture took her first two steps. I know. Take a minute.
I'm feeling some kind of way. I don't know
Oh.
what. Maybe it's this Mercury in retrograde. Because today I
Yeah.
was reading this article. I said, "Do I want another baby?"
Oh, wait, that's not what that was supposed to make you feel.
All right,
What? No, I just get that off you. Get it off you.
please, because I'll be bringing a baby to your house. What did I do to my life?
What is this? What happened? Who did it?
I was reading it like, oh my gosh.
That's not what I read when I got it. I did. That's
It's Mercury's in retrograde.
okay. That's what it is.
It's
Okay,
what's in the air.
ride the
It's
wave,
what's in-
girl.
yeah.
Ride the wave. Don't.
No, trust me, it's not. It's
Lock
not
it
going
down.
No.
Whoa, that's not what you were supposed
No.
to get. That was.
That's true.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so
She took her first step.
Culture took her first steps, and apparently Cardi B was at a show doing a meet and greet, and she missed them, and she felt all of the ways, and she was explaining this in I read it on people.com. She was explaining in a magazine article and also on Instagram how she was talking about this, and so I know that as a mom, have you ever struggled with mommy guilt?
Today.
Just today.
Just today. You know, because you have to think about, I have friends that are stay-at-home moms. So today in my soul, with my child going to a new school, you know, I was like, man, what would life be like to have be a classroom mom, to go up and help at the school.
Pinterest
to
moms
do-
will kill your dreams. They will.
tell you
Pinterest
something.
moms will
No,
kill your
no,
dreams.
no,
Yeah, they
no,
will.
no.
Nah, I got to get on the Pinterest moms for a minute. Just give me a minute to vent and rant a little bit, because the Pinterest moms, y'all are out here making the rest of us feel and look bad.
Yes.
Yes, you are. You are making
Yes.
sandwiches out of
Teacher basket.
Right, homemade wheat bread cut in the shape of hearts and sending them to you. And my child got to eat the food at the school, because I'm not cutting no sandwiches. I'm not cutting bread to make heart-shaped sandwiches for my baby to take to school. Now I love him.
Honey, I done looked up how to make a basket for the teacher. It just made me feel a certain kind of way. But here's the reality of the situation. My reality is that I parent alone. I'm a single parent, and that's just what's not set up in my today. You know, and I can speak from a very transparent place. Like, I've missed birthdays, and that's the worst. That's the worst, because I had to teach a class, or I was in school,
Yep.
or so we've always celebrated her birthday, and we shared the same birthday. So we've celebrated on the weekend. But I had such a great support system that would take her out. If I planned the birthday party and paid for it, they would just take her to Chuck E. Cheese, and she was still, especially if it was during the week, or they took her to her favorite restaurant. Like, we all made it special, but it does something to you. But my
does.
father explained to me, he said, but she's living off of, you know, you working. You have to go to work.
Yeah.
If you don't
Yeah.
work, then you will feel guilty because she doesn't have a place to sleep.
That part.
So where's the balance?
And it is so hard. I several times in Kid Wonderful's life, I have felt like, oh Lord, this working. Even down to putting him, like when he was really small, putting him in daycare and having to put him in daycare because I had to go back to work. Like, there wasn't options, and I don't parent alone. Like, but if we didn't have a dual income, like it was a struggle. It was a absolute struggle. The 6 weeks, or no, I took 12 weeks.
Yeah, I was out for 12.
I took 12 weeks, but the 6 weeks were paid in full, but then 6 weeks I had to take a disability, like
Yeah,
short-term
get a-
disability, a long-term, whatever the disability was, and it was only 66 2/3 of my normal income. Now that little 1/3 and the third, that is
Let
a
me tell you
lot.
something. I paid into that, what's the little duck insurance?
Oh, Aflac.
I paid in the Aflac.
Uh-huh.
But the thing about it is, when you think about that. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem. When I had Milan, I had a very supportive principal.
Yeah.
So she allowed me, and I was nursing. So she would allow me during my lunch break. At that point in time, I was in the classroom.
Yeah.
So she built a schedule where my lunch and my planning period were together. So I had
Wow.
maybe an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and I would go and nurse her.
Yeah.
And then come back. But because that mommy guilt is serious, and
Yeah.
especially when you're
Yeah.
nursing, you
Yeah.
will leak because
Yeah.
of your emotions.
Yes.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But you know, it's one of those things that you work through it. The older the child gets, it doesn't go away.
No.
But you work through it.
Yeah.
You work through
Yeah.
it. And the flip side of it, because one of my really good sister friends is a stay-at-home mom. She's been a stay-at-home mom since her kids were in school. And she said the flip side of that guilt is feeling as if she's lost and everything is about her children.
Absolutely. And it can be. I feel like my mom kind of had that same situation. Like, and I know my mom loved being a stay-at-home mom. She loved.
Shout out to Miss Marlene,
Shout
because
out
I
to
know you
Marlene.
somewhere watching.
I
love you, my number one fan.
She loved being a mom. She loved being a stay-at-home mom. But I do think that it causes you to lose a piece of who you are, and you don't get to live out your own dreams,
Yeah.
and you don't get to follow the thing, because your whole life is baseball practice and basketball camps and piano,
Cleaning the house
cleaning
when
the
they're
house.
not.
Yeah.
And it's a very, to me, the job, and Tony talks about this all
Yeah,
the time,
yeah.
like there isn't an off. At least when you're a quote unquote working mom, you get to unplug. Like, I could leave that laundry, even though it's washed, it might not be folded. It's
not folded.
there.
It's not folded.
And when
it's
I
on
go,
top of the dryer.
Yeah, it's
Where
on top,
it is at
in
my
another
house,
basket.
in the basket.
I can go to work,
Yeah.
and I can do me and get recharged and come back. Before that stay-at-home mom, my friend was saying, like, she doesn't even know where to start as far as skill set.
Yeah.
Because she has a master's degree. However, she's been at home raising children, and
Yeah.
now her kids are in middle school.
Yep.
And she hasn't worked. So we were going through all of her things that she does at home just to try to tweak her resume.
Yeah.
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 And so it's real. It's
It is
something you have to
real.
work through.
It is absolutely real. And I wanted to talk about this topic because I know so many women who are dealing with feeling guilty about we feeling guilty about literally everything. We're feeling guilty about having to send them back to school, and then you don't have.
Like, I wanted her to go back to school. It was time for her to go back.
No, not that. Because I'm sorry. Not when I say was sending them to school. I mean, like, for me, when Kid Wonderful was little, after my 12 weeks was up, my aunt and my uncle kept Matthew until he was maybe another 3 to 4 months, and then my uncle passed away that January, and they could no longer keep him because they were doing it as a team. So I had to immediately find a daycare situation for him.
I've been there.
I found one right down the street from my job, thankfully. But I remember working. I had a really, really stressful. I was working at a really, really stressful company. It wasn't that the job itself was necessarily stressful, but the company was stressful, and the way that they the expectation of us to work. I would go get him from daycare, come back to work, sit him in my carrier on my desk, keep working, nurse him, work. Like, it was crazy. And I felt horrible. I would have him up there on Saturday mornings with me. Like, my coworkers, we would set up the chairs and places around the
Baby
cubicles.
had walkers.
So yeah,
everything.
baby had walkers. I used to feel so awful because I still felt like I'm not spending time with him. He's here, he's with me, but I'm not spending time with him. And so I always felt like I don't want us to have this disconnect because I'm not spending the time with him that I feel like he deserves.
Well, everybody is different on that connection. And I think that, you're going to go through those different phases as they grow.
Absolutely.
Going through that. And I mean, when I say strong support system, you got to remember, my family is 800-900 miles away from home.
They are.
So these were my friends. And as my grandmother would say, honey, when people start helping you, they feel like they can tell you.
Yeah, that
And
part.
that thing, it was like, okay, can I really say something back? They said something out of line. I don't want anybody to say anything to me. And then it went to, my grandmother. Every summer, I sent Milan to Michigan. My grandmother, so I could go back to school, and my grandmother and my mother watched her. So she would be gone from May until August. And then 3 years ago, my grandmother passed. That messed Milan up. Milan then went into, you can't cook. Okay. So you done told me I can't cook.
Oh, Jesus.
Now I'm over here feeling
Away.
low self.
Yeah, low self.
Because I don't know how to make this woman and went on and
Yeah.
didn't teach me how to make these biscuits.
And now I
that you
can't make
want.
these biscuits.
And so even in feeling okay with not being okay, and I can be transparent and talk about a moment where just last week, just with everything going on in life, working, going back to school,
Yeah.
having multiple jobs, because I do have multiple jobs.
Me too.
I forgot about her uniform.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I called my friend. And I was
My
like,
baby.
it was, what, about 10:30, 11
Yeah,
o'clock?
it was like 10:30.
And I said, I can't find these sweaters, shoes, nothing. And I am just feeling my baby gonna have to start school and she'll have her stuff. She said, friend, come on over. And that's what you need.
Yeah.
You need friends that
Yeah.
will say, hey, it's okay, I got you. I need it. And this one never answers her phone, but the Holy Spirit
What you gonna do?
helped her answer the phone. When I tell you we ordered everything, Amazon Prime stuff has been coming to my house for the last couple of days because
Absolutely.
I really needed it.
Yeah.
And look at how proud she was in her uniform.
Oh, she looked so good today. She looked it's precious. She looked precious. And she was so proud of herself.
Yes,
Like,
can you imagine her going to school without that sweater? You all don't. Let me tell you something. This off topic real quick. Let me tell all of you who own these schools or your children are at private schools, talk to the school about having more than one vendor, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I look for a black sweater. You all don't know. I went out to Jonesboro, Camp Creek, North Lake, South Lake,
All the
South
lakes.
DeKalb, North DeKalb. I found it I went to the West End, and my last stop, God was on my side.
Because
I
it
found
was one
it.
sweater.
At Greenbrier Mall, and it was one, and it was a medium, and it fit. I said, Jesus be a fence. I grabbed that thing. I paid a lot of money for it, but it was worth it.
It don't matter.
Because look at how she was smiling
Yeah.
today. She was so proud, but that's what we want out of our children. But I think
Absolutely.
that you need to be, one of the things that we've talked about just in our friendship is being vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Being vulnerable to say,
Hey, I need help.
I need help, and here are my flaws. Like, I really need help. And so you know that you're not in this alone.
Yeah.
Because that mommy guilt is real. And especially after you first have a child, and if you've had postpartum or not, and that can lead to anxiety
Absolutely.
and depression. I was so anxious last night. You would have thought today was my first day of school. Milan said, Mommy, go to bed. We have prayed. We have cleaned. You have steamed. I have said affirmations. I'm tired. And you hanging up clothes.
Yeah, lady.
Go to bed.
she wanted to call you out today, but she did. She's too
She
respectful.
said, Mommy,
lady,
go to bed.
Go to bed.
And I was like, what? I'm putting this. She said, you're doing too much.
From the mouth of babes.
I just flicked the light off. Nah, do too much in the dark.
Don't be doing my baby like
Late
that.
night like that now. I'm kidding.
We have some folks on social media. Brittany says, thank you. Hey, Brittany. Says, thank you so much for talking about this tonight. It's definitely a struggle. Forget if you even suffer from postpartum depression or anything like that. She says that's exactly what she went through as a stay-at-home mom. And I didn't know it had an acronym, SAHM. Degrees and unemployable because it's truly a trade-off. Wow.
Yeah, and then you have some people. Let me tell you something. Your mental health is so important because I can remember returning to work, And I mentally was just not ready.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the baby. Like my hormones were all over the place,
Yep.
and I had all these expectations. And then I returned like during testing time. I had to deal with all of these people. Everything seemed like it would. I felt like, and it took an older person from my sister circle, let me say seasoned, to say, you're doing it like it's a chore. I need you to do it like you love her.
That's real.
Because as mothers, you want to check off the dots. You want to check it off.
Because that is what the world has told us love
Yeah,
looks
because
like, checking off the boxes.
I was so anxious about this first day of school because I was like, oh, my baby is going to be right. You know, she's
gonna
much
have
as
all the things.
She's going to have everything. Because even as a single mom, I don't want to be looked at as that mom. You know, oh, here we go. We're going to have this mom. She always going to have an excuse.
She going to have a single mama struggle.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And my thing was, yes, I knew about it, but just the life was happening around me, and I just got lost in the sauce. But you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
And I was happy that I have so many people around me that were like, girl, please, my child had on 3 things today with their uniform.
With not the whole uniform.
Yeah, one mom, it was so funny because when I was leaving the school, her son had on a shirt, no logo. I said, thank you.
No logo.
Thank you.
You're not going to get it. Listen,
Yeah.
you go get what we give you today on this Monday.
Yeah, because I was like, Lord, have mercy.
Yeah.
And then I didn't feel bad because her son, she was out there licking her finger trying to get him to stand in front of the sign. And he was like, why? I said, baby, we in this thing together. Because you want to cherish the moments. And one of the things, just from my heart to yours, I never want my child to look back and say, hey, Mama, you forgot about me.
Yeah.
Or I didn't have, and the kids made fun of me because I didn't have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and not when I don't have the means. It's one thing when you don't have the means and you have other supports, but it's one thing when you do have the means and just life.
Yeah, it's just
and
happening
bullying
around you.
and with all that stuff. And Shannon got to hear some of the stuff that we talked about. Another thing is she didn't have her tie on when she went to school. And so in my mind, I was like, oh my God, you know, I don't want to have no daddy issues. Cause when nobody in my house to tie the tie, I could have got on YouTube. Why didn't you get on YouTube? You know, you emailed the principal, but I was just being real. And she got in the car. She was like, Mom, you know, one of the middle school boys, he saw me coming in, and I had my tie in my hand, and he just took it out and put it on me, and went in class.
She made a friend.
I said,
baby made a friend.
Did you tell him thank you and keep it moving? But that
he helped her tie ties. Yes, little middle school boy.
He get choked up with the tie. You already know. You already know.
Leave my baby alone.
Listen, I love the Lord, and I am. I don't want to say this on this video, but I'm polished. I'm polished. I'm a polished professional, but I play no games about that little girl.
And you should.
And you just witnessed it in your driveway.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, because that mommy guilt. You're not going to do anything to this one on my watch.
Not on my watch, no. We have some wonderful, amazing little boys in our neighborhood who like to come play with Kid Wonderful. And Milan came over. When they come over on Monday nights,
Me? Listen. They better be glad I can't keep my pistol in my purse.
They are joys. They all of them. They're good kids. They're good kids. And I know, but when you don't know, it doesn't matter because it's like when D.L. Hughley said all of them just little penises walking around.
The boy coming over. Now, he done walked up the block.
He did.
Her son isn't even at home.
He is in Detroit.
Why are you over here? They sit on the porch minding their own business. That whole mommy guilt, because when things happen to them, you feel like I wasn't there.
Facts.
I am Mama Bear. He was like, Baby Lion, who you talking to? Close that door. And this one talking about, I don't care. He nice in your eyes because you got a son.
These days, you know, you
Let
can't.
me tell you something.
Listen, these days you don't know. These days, you know, this is Atlanta, girl. These days you don't know.
I said, your mama calling you. Bye. And she's like, but what? I said, have you seen?
I get it.
Because she's developing, but again, that mommy guilt. I never ever desire for anything to happen to her in life, or especially while she's on my watch. I'm watching. I want to know what y'all talking about.
That's true.
I had to get up as bad as my foot was hurting. I had to look out the window and say, let me see what he doing. Oh, naughty head rascal.
All right, guys, we are going to take a very short commercial break, and we will be right back with more of The Curve. We are back. We are back, y'all. I told y'all I put the disclaimer out because you never know what's gonna happen with this one and this one.
Excuse me. You just excuse me, and this is what you can do. Put me on your prayer list. Put me on your prayer list.
Me too. We both.
Put us on there, and because only he who has given us life can change these lives.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, this real life, how we talk to each other.
This is real life. What you're currently witnessing is a regular conversation.
Right, and this is really like a G rated. This rated G.
PG. This is a PG rated conversation. So
it happened.
Oh, goodness. So if you all are like me, you will be or are sending your kids back to school this week and next week, and probably the week after. I think some schools go back the week after, at least here in Georgia. And if, like you have experienced, like you've heard, we have had some we've had some interesting time getting the kids ready to go and back to school. And so what we wanted to do tonight is provide you with a few hacks that are going to help you get your kids back to school without you pulling out your hair.
Well, I'm going to let you go ahead and be politically correct. Because I'm going to speak from the educator side.
Okay.
I'm going to speak from the educator side. And I want to talk to you from that, what is it called? The parent valet, that line. Don't blow your horn at me. I don't care if you don't love your kid the way that I love my kid. I'm going to spend them last little 10 seconds. We're going to hug, kiss, and might say a prayer.
Y'all should have did all that before on the way. Y'all should have done all that already.
Do it and I'll put the car in park. And put the hazards on.
Listen, I've got out of my car in the ballet line. Listen, what are you doing? So don't listen to Melissa. Say that. Do all of that as you are on your way. You do them affirmations before you leave the house. Y'all need to get up on time. Like, let's start with that.
Well, I would start here and say make sure that they go to sleep on a full stomach.
Yes.
You know, because especially having iron, potassium, vitamins, make sure they have that balanced meal so they can sleep well.
Yeah.
Lavender baths. See, I have a different type of kid. I have a different type of kid.
She's taking baths in Epsom salt.
She takes baths in Epsom salt and lavender, eucalyptus oil. every night.
If I can get Kid Wonderful in the bath, it's a joy.
Have a routine.
It's a blessing.
Have a routine.
Yeah, definitely routines are helpful.
Lay their clothes out at night. That way you're not fussing in the morning.
As a matter of fact, lay their clothes out for the week if you can do it. Now that basket that's on top of the dryer, because see, that's what your girl is working with, the basket, okay, on top of the dryer with the clothes in it. If you just want to take that thing and pull out 5 outfits, you don't even have to iron them yet. Just pull them out and put them in a place where the kid can reach them, because that way, when you get up, they can start to get themselves ready. They can help you in the process, and it's not fast and furious in the morning. So have those clothes laid out the night before. If you can do it for a week, do it just like meal prep. You know, for me, meal prep is important. If I'm gonna stay on anybody's diet of any kind, anybody's, whatever you want to call it, diet, lifestyle change, journey to weight loss, whatever you want to call it, it don't happen if I'm not meal prepping. So,
well, for me, because, and this is just me personally, we don't do for the week.
Okay.
We do for the next day.
Okay.
Because I found that sometimes when I put my clothes out for the week, you know, when I go to sleep on Monday night, I might not want to wear that. So we pull everything out. We pull everything out, lay it at the end of her bed, and those things that need to be ironed,
get ironed.
We go ahead, they get ironed. Well, now she irons on Sunday, so everything is pressed out, but it's at the end of the bed. So when you get up, you take care of your stuff. And I found that because that fussing just isn't good for the soul.
No,
it's
not in the morning.
You know, because they go to school, they're crabby. You know, you don't know what's happened on the educator side. And someone brought up, what if you don't have children? Let me tell you something. The people that help me the most
are the people who
are my friends that don't have children. They are on the emergency call list.
Yes.
They are the people when I'm running late and I can't find the snacks, they bring the school snacks. It's those people. So it's all about building a village.
Absolutely. And I think that's important for literally anything. If you have kids, you have got to build a village around yourself, just to keep your own sanity, because you've got things happen, and the village is your backup plan. The village is your backup plan. So make sure those are some of the hacks for making sure you don't lose your sanity this school year.
Let me help you. When we call you at the school, don't cut the ringer off. Don't block us. Don't do any of that because you feel like it's your turn. No, it's not. We're in this together. We're coming from a holistic point, because I'm gonna tell you what happens. We call from the school phone. You block it. Now I got to call you from a Google number, and you done messed around and answered the phone. Let me tell you about Johnny. Johnny has been in school 1 week, and him and what's his name that we just called him?
Timothy James.
Timothy James. Him and Timothy James over here cutting up in my class and driving these teachers wild. Ma'am, I need you to talk to your son. Talk to him the same way you've been talking to him all summer, because he did just start this in his classroom.
He did. That's facts.
Yeah,
He's been this way all summer, which is why it's your turn.
Why you?
That's why
you don't want to answer the phone.
Educator, it's your turn. Educate. All right, guys. We got to get out of here.
I know. We've had such a good time tonight.
It's such a good time tonight. Be sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure you are following each of us individually on social media, but also make sure you hit up the Curve on both Facebook and Instagram. And again, yes, make sure you follow us. Definitely make sure you follow us on YouTube. We are going to have some giveaways coming up very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure that you are liking the page, liking the broadcast, sharing it out to your friends, and letting everybody know about the Curve. Make sure that you work hard, pray hard, play hard, and slay hard. And don't forget to live life on the Curve. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.